So on Thursday, we talked about diagnosis. We named the stages we are in. We did not sugarcoat it. We did not argue feelings. So imagine the clock is ticking. You have exactly 72 hours before the borders close, or the situation at home becomes untenable. Are you ready to walk out of that door with everything you need to secure your future?
Most people think that they have time. But in a crisis, time is the one luxury you do not have. Today, we are turning panic into a plan, all right? The question is never, do you believe that this is happening? The question is, can you move if you need to? The question is, do you have the capacity to get out of Dodge when these white folks get crazier than they already are? That's the question. So, welcome to Our Black Utopia. We have spent years researching, planning, and executing the move to financial freedom outside of the United States. We've navigated the bureaucracy, the banking, and the logistics. So you do not have to learn the hard way like we did. We are here to ensure that our community, that is, African Americans, Black Americans, looking for a second chance at freedom, that you all have the tools to move strategically and not just desperately. Because if you do not understand right now that the fit is hitting the sham, wake up. As Spike Lee said, right?
Yeah. Don't let
Wake up.
Don't let desperation be your motivation, as I always say.
We need to coin that phrase. We need to coin that phrase.
This month is Black History Month, and we want to give a shout out to the EJI, the Equal Justice Initiative in Justice. We are borrowing stories from their calendar. So, on February 8th in 1968,
that's today,
today,
February 8th, but back in 1968.
Back in the day, you might say. I'm a poet and didn't know it. So, white state troopers fired into a mostly African American crowd on the campus of South Carolina College, a historical black college in Orangeburg, South Carolina, in what became known as the Orangeburg Massacre.
How many of you have heard of the Orangeburg Massacre? Let us know in the chat. If you're watching from the future, hey. I hope that the future is better than today. Either way, let us know. Have you heard of the Orangeburg Massacre?
Yeah, the troopers shot and wounded 28 people and killed 3 black male students. Their names were Samuel Hammond, he was 18. Henry Smith, also 18. And Delano Middleton, he was 17.
Y'all, they have been killing us since we landed on that continent. And we have to stop giving grace. Okay? Just because we do not know our entire history, we know enough of our history not to give them any grace. All right? So going back to 1968, tensions started coming to a head. 2 days prior, SCSC, that's the South Carolina State University, right? The HBCU, their students staged a sit-in in the parking lot of a local white-only bowling alley. When the owner refused to serve them, police were called, And instead of just like containing the protest and, making sure that nobody got hurt, they decided to physically remove the students. And of course, violence ensued. And so on the day of the massacre, the governor of South Carolina, the elected governor of South Carolina, called in the National Guard. Sound familiar? Because they were concerned about the Black Power agitators. See, white folks better be glad, and I did not coin this phrase, but white folks better be glad that we want justice and not retribution, not retaliation, not revenge. We just want justice. We just want equity, not revenge. But they don't get that because they want revenge on some, I don't know, abstract idea of what they have suffered through. Yeah, I did that. So the Black Power agitators, these were the students, and they threw some rocks, and the police shot bullets. Right, rocks to bullets. Sound familiar? Police later claimed that they were attacked first, but witness accounts contradict this. Even white witness accounts contradict this. None of the officers were charged. Sound familiar? None of the officers were convicted. Sound familiar? But Cleveland Sellers, yes, Bakari Sellers' dad.
His father.
Yes, that Bakari. Cleveland Sellers, a young man and program director of SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, y'all should know who SNCC is, was convicted of rioting and served 7 months in jail. That sounds like my family.
This historical event is a stark reminder of the systemic injustices and the urgency of self-preservation that has always been part of our reality.
Come on now. Come on.
It underscores why understanding your personal red line, which you're going to hear a lot about, is not just a concept, but a survival strategy.
All right. So we are going to talk about what the red line is, what you need to do now, because although we don't know what's going to happen November 2026, we need to plan for the worst and hope and pray and act for the best. All right? All right. So that means, what does that mean? That means we are going to plan. That means we are going to strategize. That means we are going to look around at all of the people who are actually trying to save democracy, and we are going to support them. That's what that means, right? That means we're going to pray. We're going to be prayed up, right? That means all of that stuff. So we're going to talk about that and a lot more. But first, we're going to introduce ourselves. Y'all, my name is Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money. We talk about travel, which now, y'all, we ain't been talking about travel a lot, even though we've been traveling.
We've been traveling.
And we talk about life abroad, because life abroad for folks who look like us is better. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age and forgot to plan. We help you get your money straight so that you can retire on time and leave the motherfucking country.
I don't know what to come back after that.
All right, sweetheart. Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
So we're talking about if you have to, when you have to, why you have to, who gives a shit of why you have to, leave the United States in 72 hours. We're going to talk about the 5 steps to emergency expat preparation.
That's right.
So on Thursday, we talked about the reality of authoritarian slide and our witnessing. It's all around. It's all around you.
Y'all, If you did not see Thursday, we talked about the 4 steps into authoritarianism government. We are on step 3. We are in step 3. Look at, this is what scholars say. This is not what Halisi and Rick say. This is what scholars say. And then all we have to do is look at what is happening in the world. Y'all, we have been talking about this since August 2024. Look at what is happening and look at what the scholars say. The slide into authoritarianism looks like, and you will see that America,
it comes in quietly.
That's right.
So today we're going to be getting tactical.
That's right.
We're breaking down 5 critical steps you must take today to be able to leave the country within 72 hours.
But first, we're going to define what leaving within 72 hours actually means and what it looks like.
Second, we're going to walk through the 5 non-negotiable action categories every person needs to have in place.
And thirdly, we're going to talk about what to do this week, if you are starting from scratch. All right? I want to make sure, I'm not sure I copied and pasted that part into the script, y'all. If I did not, I will put it in the notes below, okay? The things that you need to do this week. I will create a handout if it is not in this script. Give me 24 hours, y'all. Give me 24 hours. All right. But first, if you're new to our channel, then you might not know. Back in 2018,
somewhere back then,
when the melon felon was in charge the last time, Rick and I, we got a wake-up call, y'all. We got a wake-up call. We looked at our money, and it looked cray-cray.
It was crazy, insane type stuff.
We thought we were going to be able to retire, and
didn't look good, y'all.
It did not look good, but we got our financial act together. And we went from negative 22,000 in net worth to over 1.1 million in net worth. And y'all, if we can do that, you can do it too.
Yes, you can.
You can do it too. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, what we need you to do is subscribe. Subscribe. You can support our channel. You can support this message by subscribing. It is free. And we know that 50% of the folks who watch are not subscribed.
Come on now.
Stop having issues with convicting, right?
Give us that thumbs up.
And hit that notification bell twice so that you know every single time that we go live or drop a new video. All right.
So before we dive into step 1, I want to see where your heads are. So we're dropping a poll in the chat right now. If you had to leave the country.
I'm doing it right now, y'all. Hold on.
Right now. Do we need to give you a minute?
Well, see, okay. Let's not do it at a poll because I'm going to have to end the poll that's there. So let's just put this in the chat. All right. So it's not going to be a poll. Just put it in the chat.
Yeah. If you had to leave the country in the next 72 hours, what is the one thing you're most afraid of leaving behind or forgetting?
Mm-hmm.
Is it your documents, your money, or your family connections?
Once again, is it your documents? Is it your money? Women, is it your family connections? Let us know in the chat. And if you're watching from the future, hey, we hope the future is so much better than what today is. We definitely hope that. Let us know where you are logging in from and let us know what you think in the chat, in the comments below. All right. Secondly, we want to ask you, if you're watching from the future, let us know as well. Okay. So you're going to let us know that. The second question is, If you could leave the US within 24 hours right now,
72.
72 hours right now. Did I say 27?
Yeah, that's kind of, you said 24.
Dyslexic.
You said 24.
Right?
I was like, okay, that's like a day.
Within 72
That's
hours
a
right
day.
now. If you can leave within if you could leave within a week, could you leave within a week or two? Could you, if you could not leave at all, could you leave without panicking? If you never actually thought of this, if you never thought this through, no judgment, let us know. Could you leave without panicking? Could you leave within a week? Right? Or could you leave within 72 hours? We're going to show you what you need to do to leave within 72 hours.
So before we get into the tactical steps, let's discuss one step that most people skip.
Yeah.
And it may be, I think it is the most important step.
It can be. And this is a bonus, y'all. This is a bonus. Okay. So you need to decide.
You need to decide, what is your personal red line? Remember, we said you're going to hear red line. What is the thing that happens, or when it happens, you know it's time to go. It's time to get the hell out.
Pause. Because this is serious, y'all. What is
your personal red line? What is the thing that when it happens, you know it's time to go?
You need to decide that right now. All right. Make that decision now objectively without emotion. If you need to consider a partner or family member or family, etc., make sure that you are all on the same page. Y'all, everybody needs to be in agreement about what that red line is. Okay? Everyone. A decision made before the crisis is a good thing. People who get trapped they're not dumb.
No.
They're undecided. Think back. How many of you have watched the movie Casablanca? Think back. When was it time to go? They were undecided until the decision was no longer theirs to decide. Do you want to be that person whose decision has been taken away from them?
Yeah.
Readiness is not a mental state, y'all. Readiness is a mental state that happens before it is a logistical one. So you need to decide what that red line is and then set up the steps and the logistics to support that decision, right? That's what you need to do.
So what leaving in 72 hours actually means, and let's clarify it.
Immediately.
Leaving in 72 hours does not mean permanent immigration.
Necessarily.
It doesn't mean selling your house.
Necessarily.
It doesn't mean moving all of your assets.
Necessarily.
And having your whole life figured out.
Exactly.
It means you can get on a plane, I say plane, train, automobile, whatever, to get you the hell out with your identity intact, with access to your money, and with a legal place to land without chaos. This is resilience standard, not a lifestyle choice.
This is a resilience standard, y'all. Okay? What we're not talking about is panicking. What we are talking about is a plan. And if you are listening to us and you think that we are speaking hyperbolically, Babies, this is not your channel. This is not your channel. Go away. Goodbye. See ya. Because you're living in la la land. And here on Our Black Utopia, we deal in reality. Reality. And the reality is America is in trouble. Black folks, I don't care if you consider yourself FBA or not. You know we are on the chopping block. You know that. We have always been. We have always been. Don't think because they don't know where to deport us to. They're deporting people to the Congo, y'all. If you are a person of color and you think that, well, okay, if they deport me back to my home country, that's good.
They don't have to deport you. They don't have to deport you anywhere.
They could just put you in those detention camps.
Thank you. That's free labor.
That part. That part.
They ain't going to deport all the black people out of the United States.
No, baby. No, because 100% pure capitalism depends upon a slave labor economy. Y'all know that, right? So when they were deporting all the brown people who were picking the fruit, who the fuck do you think was supposed to pick the fruit? Who do you think they thought was going to pick that fruit? Y'all? Who? That's right. You. You are supposed to pick the fruit. Yes, you with that college degree. Yes, you with that 15 years of experience. Yes, you. You're supposed to pick that fruit. You're supposed to pick them vegetables. You're supposed to pick that cotton and everything the fuck else. Yes, my love. Yes, that's what they intended. That's what they thought. Because they don't know us. They do not know us.
The least thing you can do, what we are saying, is have a plan. Have a plan.
This is a resilience standard, y'all, not a lifestyle choice. All right. We're going to get the 5 steps. We're going to get to the 5 steps, but first, really fast.
We're going to see who's out there.
Really fast. We're going to say hello because I know it's Super Bowl Sunday and Bad Bunny is all up in the house. And they think, hey, these stupid ass motherfuckers, these stupid asses thought that ICE was going to come and arrest an American citizen while he was doing a concert. Because these stupid people do not know that the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico are part of the United States. They don't know that Samoa and Guam are part of, Guam is part of they are American citizens, you stupid pieces of shit. I said it. The president of the United States was throwing paper towels at American citizens and acting like they should be gracious. Don't forget. Do not forget.
After a hurricane devastated Puerto Rico, and we went to Puerto Rico after that happened, and it was a devastation in Puerto Rico.
Was it crazy?
And he had the nerve.
And months
He had the nerve, the audacity to throw them paper towels. And they were cheap paper towels at that.
Right? They weren't even the good stuff.
They wasn't brawny.
They were not. They were not. They were not. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. You know the drill. We need you to like this video. We need you to like it. That's how you can support this channel. All right. like this video so that YouTube knows and the algorithm knows that this is information that needs to be shared. We need you to subscribe. And we need you to share this video with other folks, because there's some folks even in our community, you know them, who don't know what time it is. All of those people who say, "Ooh, I don't like them because they always talking about moving out to the United States and all this stuff," make them sit down and listen. We do not have time for nonsense, y'all. We do not. We do not.
But just remember also, keep in mind, you can't save everybody. You can't save somebody that does not want to be saved.
That part.
If they do not understand, if they do not want to wait, they're looking for a savior. And a savior ain't coming. A savior is not coming.
We can't wait for Superman.
You can if you want.
Right? Hey, Vanessa.
Hey,
good
Vanessa.
to see you. Oh, Vietnam. All right. Hit that like button and watch live. Oh my God, it's 3 a.m. She's probably not still here. I'm sure she's not still here. Go to sleep, Vanessa, if you are still here. Hey, Peggy, good to see you. And Badia is in the house. And of course,
Hey,
Derek, we just saw you. We just saw you in the behind the scenes. All of the members of this channel hang out with us before we go live in our behind the scenes.
And boy, the conversation be going.
It will heat.
A lot of times I'm in the other room setting up the studio for YouTube.
It will heat.
But it gets heated and it gets, hey.
We be talking about all the stuff, right? And then those of you who are Utopian legends, you can come online with us every other Thursday. All of that information is in the posts on our YouTube channel. If you are a member, you will see the posts. All right. If you have problems, send us an email. That information is on our main YouTube channel too. You can see where our email is. All right. Thank you, Greta, for showing up and showing out. We love you. We love you. We love you. Hey, Hi. Venus Kirby, haven't seen you in a while. Karen Louise is in the house. Rapper MD, good to see you. Valerina is in the house. Cheryl, good to see you. Tashika, Sanji, Shanora. See, these are all the people who was hanging out with us. All the people who were hanging out with us. CK, good to see you in the house. Bonita is in the house. We see you. Joy, just talked to you a day ago, 2 days ago. I don't know, but I know we just talked to you in the last few days. We've had a couple of calls, y'all. We do one-on-one coaching. And so some of the folks from our coaching also, of course, are in the chat. Hey, Yakota. Donna is in the house. Double it. Hola. Is it double it? 459? I don't know. Martine Moniz. That's
she named after the
area here.
Area down here in Lisbon.
Down here in Lisbon. Martine Martin.
No, her new name is Martine Moniz.
And Kimmy is in the house. Hey, Paula. All right, you guys. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you have a question, let me put this banner up. If you have a question or a comment that you want us.
You got the Thursday.
Okay, I got the Thursday short one up. Let me put the other one up. Let me find it.
At the bottom.
If you've got a question or a comment that you want in the chat, there it is. There it is. There it is. All right. Put a Q in front of it. That helps us so much. All right, y'all. All right. We're going to get back to it. We are going to get back to it. All right. So 5 steps. 5 steps. These are the things that you need to do right now to make sure that you are ready to go on a dime. Okay. And this is what is so interesting. Nina Turner, former senator, state senator of Ohio. Mm-hmm. And there's another young lady who does Civic Sundays out of New York. She is the president of the NAACP there. Both of these women said, "What do you mean you don't have a go bag?" Now, these are women who have worked in DC. These are women who know their shit. These are women who have worked with the big boys. As you know, Nina Turner was Bernie Sanders' main person, right? And she's been on all of the things, all of the channels. And the other person, some of you may not know her, but those who are in politics do know her, who does Civic Sundays, and I can't think of her name right now. I'm blanking on it, and I apologize in advance. But they all told us this back during Trump won. Back during Trump won. What we are telling you, these women were telling us 7 years ago. All right? Step one. Secure your essential documents, right? They should all be in your go bag. This is the absolute foundation. Without your documents, y'all, you're stuck. All right? So you need a dedicated, waterproof, fireproof bag that contains original and digital copies of the following. Take your pen and paper out. Number one, your passport, of course. Have a copy of it notarized and put in this fireproof, waterproof bag. A copy, colored copy that is notarized. Okay? Ensure it's valid for at least 6 months beyond your extended stay, right? Check expiration dates now. Our passports do not expire until 2028. Mm-hmm. I'm already thinking that we need to get them renewed today because I don't trust y'all. I don't trust. I do not trust. And right now, the melon felon is all busy with the Epstein and all this other stuff that he got going on that he knew. He knew when he ran for office, he had this shit. He knew. And he did it anyway. Why? Because he's a WEI, white, entitled, and incompetent, as Lurie Daniel Favors say. That's why. All right? But now it's time for us to get our shit together. All right? So renew it. Like we're renewing ours in the next 6 to 7 months, even though it does not expire for 2 years.
Yes, you can renew it anytime.
You can renew it anytime. And I do not trust that after the November 2026 election, assuming that we have an election, that they will be renewing passports in a timely manner. So I say, get that shit done now. Get it done now. All right. Your birth certificate, your marriage certificate. You need original apostilled and or certified copies, right? This is really, really crucial for long-term residency. Okay. If your birth certificate is not necessarily as important unless it has a name change, but your marriage certificate is, because when they start looking at the money and say, he's got an account and I've got an account, they need to know that we're married so that his money is my money and my money is his money, so that all the money can be counted when they talk about, do you qualify for residency? That is the reason for that, all right? Medical records. You need your vaccination records, right? A prescription list. Keep that up to date. Your prescriptions today are not necessarily your prescriptions tomorrow. So every single time that your prescriptions change, either in dosage or otherwise, print it all out and put it aside in your go bag. All right. And you need a doctor's note for any critical medications. Mm-hmm. Get that done today. Financial records, bank account numbers, and contact info for all of the institutions. And let me just stop right there. You should not have all of your money in one bank. We talked about this already. Y'all, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at Thursdays and last Sundays and the Thursday before that. Look at the last 3 videos to 4 videos. All right. And we're talking about all of this stuff. This is all a culminating conversation. You need to have your money in more than one bank, because if they decide that they want to start freezing shit, or if your bank says, wait a minute, do you have an American address? Oh, you don't? Okay, we're freezing your accounts, because Americans get American bank accounts. Those without an American address do not. All this shit, y'all. All this shit. All right. You don't want to get caught up. And so you want to maintain that American address and American bank accounts, and more than one. You do not want all of your money in one place. Make them work for it. If they want to take it, make them work for it. And in the meantime, in between time, while they're working for it, you can start moving money legally. And you fill out the FBAR and all of that stuff. We're not talking about hiding. We're talking about protecting legally. Okay? That's what we're talking about. So, store encrypted copies in the cloud and on a secure USB drive. And I would double and triple back that up. Okay?
Yeah. Step 2, financial preparedness. Remember, liquidity is king.
What? What is king?
Liquidity is king. So 72 hours is not enough time to wire money.
No.
So especially money you need access to now.
When we wire money from America to here where we live in Portugal, it takes about 3 days for it to appear. Y'all.
It's nerve-wracking.
It's so nerve-wracking because we wire the money, right? And it leaves our account in America. And we see the subtraction from our account. And then it's like in the Ethernet
it's
somewhere.
Just there. It's floating around somewhere. Hoping it don't
These
fly.
zeros and ones.
Hoping it don't drop out of the sky over the Atlantic.
Right? It's
like, oh,
these zeros and ones. And until it shows up in our account as processing.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking, but it's safe. What can you do?
So I'm just saying, that's 3 days under normal circumstances. What happens if the melon felon starts doing what he keeps threatening to do, which is martial law? Right? What happens? He's arrested Don Lemon. He's arrested 3 other journalists. That is the third part of the step towards authoritarianism. That's what that is. That's what that is. So we are not being hyperbolic, y'all.
No,
we're trying to get y'all prepared, because this shit is real. And I know that Don has been pretty lackadaisical about it. Más o menos. But he understands that this is serious, and we should understand that this is serious. They're just testing the waters, y'all. They're just testing the waters. But once they have taken over the media, y'all, you've read your history books. You have read your history books, right? All right. So what else do they need to do?
So you need to notify your banks. You need to tell them you may be traveling so they don't freeze your credit cards or your debit card.
That's right.
When you're out of town and they see charges, because they will do that.
That's right. That's right.
And then on top of that, you need to diversify your cards. Have at least 2 cards from banks with no foreign transaction fees.
So I'm not a fan of Fidelity right now, y'all, but Fidelity does not charge foreign transaction fees, nor does Schwab. Okay. So both of those are brokerage slash banks that you can obtain to not have those foreign transaction fees.
Okay, and then something you always want to have, you want to have emergency cash. You want to carry a small amount of US dollars and some local currencies for your destination.
If you cannot get, because going to a Wells Fargo or something like that to get foreign currency sometimes is costly. So if you've got that Schwab account, if you've got that Fidelity account, then as soon as you land, as opposed to going to those currency exchange places, you can actually go to an ATM and just withdraw to $300, $400, $500, or whatever have you, right? And not pay that ATM fee. Not necessarily pay a conversion fee either, right?
No, I think
Right.
you get by with that too.
Right. Okay. So that is another way, as opposed to going to those currency exchange places, which always are going to charge you extra money.
Right. You want to set up a Wise or Revolt account.
Revolut.
Revolut. I always call it Revolt.
Revolut. It's really, really, really popular here in Europe,
Yeah.
y'all. And it's basically Wise was TransferWise before, and now it's Wise, Revolut. Both of them are fintech companies. And what do? So these are accounts that are ready when you need to move larger sums. Now, here's the deal. I don't know about Revolut, but Wise charges based upon how much you're moving. So to move large amounts of money, I would say use Schwab or Fidelity and wire it, because it's one fee no matter if you wire $500 or $500,000. Okay. But if you need money fast, Wise and Revolut. Step 3. We're going to go through all the steps, then we'll get to the questions. All right. Step 3, the emergency go bag. The emergency go bag. This is a physical thing, y'all. We're not talking metaphorically.
No.
We're not talking symbolically. This is your 72-hour survival kit. Okay. This is what you grab when the taxi is waiting, when the Uber is waiting, when you're looking around and it's like, it's time to go. I know that this sounds like a movie, but they killed a white woman in broad daylight, y'all. They killed a white woman with stuffies in the back seat, and the dog in the back seat, and her partner standing right next to her to the car, and they shot her
in the face.
While they were filming for their social media account. So all of you who think that adding body cameras are going to help, Hakeem Jeffries, fuck you. The motherfucker was filming the person as he shot her, a white woman. And stuff is still going along. And the world is still turning. Why? Because she was a race traitor. That's why. Because she was gay. So we don't care about her. Then they killed a white man. And they still have not suffered any consequences. Okay? So if you're sitting there in all of your FBA glory, thinking that this will not come for you, that America is not on the decline, this is not the channel for you, babies. Because we deal in reality. That's what we do. We deal in reality. And so the reality is you need a go bag. We always had we had a go bag back in 2017, 2018, 2019. As soon as the people that we were talking about, the Nina Turners of the world, told us, who were more connected than we were, what the deal was, we had a go bag. They have a go bag. We need a go bag. That's what we need. That's what we need, right? So, clothing for 3 days. 3 days of layers suitable for various climates, toiletries and medications, right? Travel sized toiletries, essentials, and a 30-day supply of any critical medications that you need. Electronics, you need a power bank that is charged and you want to keep it charged. So that means you're going to be going into this go bag on a regular basis and reminding yourself to make sure that everything in there is up to date, is not expired, etc., right? Power banks, chargers, universal adapters.
Snackage and water.
Yeah, but let's go back to the universal adapters. Y'all, everyone does not take American plugs.
Nope.
Everyone does not take American plugs. Mexico and maybe Canada. After that, all bets are off. I cannot guarantee you. Okay? And we have traveled on every single continent except for Australia and Antarctica. And we could only use our regular plugs in North America, Mexico, America, and Canada. Well, we haven't been to Canada, so I don't know. I assume. Okay? So you need a universal adapter because having your power bank that cannot plug into anything is irrelevant if you cannot plug it in.
Yeah.
Right? If you cannot plug all of this stuff, like the adapters and stuff, you can find that on Amazon. Maybe we'll put a link to the ones that we buy in the description below later tomorrow because we're about to go to a Super Bowl party. Y'all.
And most of the time, too, in different countries you go to, you can buy them at the stores.
You can.
They have the adapters. And I did notice when we were in the UK, not at the Airbnb, but at the hotel.
Yeah.
They
have adapters.
They have adjusted to either have an adapter or they would have a plug that you could plug in for American.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was a hotel, and it was a big hotel. It was, a big brand name.
And we have gone. I've gone to several Airbnbs where they've had adapters. Okay, don't count on that, y'all.
No, don't count on it. Bring your own.
Don't count on it.
Definitely bring your own.
What else do you need in your go bag? Snacks and water. Okay, so what do Rick and I do? This is what we did when we were in the United States. We would go to Costco and get the packets of rice, I think is rice and quinoa that they had, right? And then they would have packets of beans, like refried beans or lentils and beans that have like an Indian flair to it or something like that. Protein. You want your protein and your carbs, and you can get them in packs.
Yep.
And we travel with them even to this day because if we arrive someplace late and we're hungry and all that's there is vending machine food.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, and if they have a microwave in the room, that's great. If they don't, you can eat them cold.
You can eat them cold because they're already cooked. Or a lot of times down in the lobby where the store is, they will have, if it's a hotel, right? They will have a microwave, right? So you want snacks and water. When you're on the plane, if you take a plane and they offer you water, take it. Take a bottle of water. Every single time they offer it, take it and pack it. Okay? Never say no to water. Always take it.
There's a product that I would also suggest, and they don't sponsor us, but I might have to see about getting a sponsorship. It's called Life Straw. And it's a container. Some of you probably heard it before. My friend bought one for my birthday, and I have brought two. So
We got three.
but they're great. And even in Mexico, I use my life straw. I could drink tap water. I use it all the time now.
So basically, Life Straw is a water bottle that has a filter in it. It will take out soot and all of that stuff and some bacteria and things like that. It doesn't take out every single thing, but
And
there is a version that
doesn't
does.
take out viruses,
right? But if you've got tap water that's supposed to be potable, but your American system can't handle it because we know about that, right? Get a Life Straw bottle. And when we travel, that's what we travel with. Especially when we're going to places that have questionable water. And even here in Western Europe, there are places that have questionable water. All right. What they think is potable. Look, y'all, my system. All right. Step 4.
Communications and connectivity, staying in touch. So international phone plans, activate roaming or have a global SIM ready. We use Holofly.
Yeah. And I don't know if I put a link in the description below for Hola Fly. Hola, Hola Fly. We do not have any affiliation with them, but we have used them like 3 to 4 times now. We used them the whole time that we were traveling through Mexico, Panama, Colombia, and Curacao.
Yeah.
And it worked flawlessly. Every time we landed, we could call an Uber. We could do whatever we needed to do. You do look. This phone, give me your phone. This is a tool. You all know that, right? And you want to make sure that you have access to all of the tools that allows. Okay. So Olafly is an eSIM, electronic SIM company that allows you to have data and have text and talk for about 168 to 200 countries.
Yes, it depends on what plan you get, but your plan starts the moment you land in that country until the time limit that you give it ends. So when we went to the UK.
We had it for a week.
I had it, and then it didn't start until the plane physically landed, and I turned my airplane mode off.
And that's when it started.
And that's when it kicked in. And at the end of the trip,
seamlessly.
Yeah, at the end of the trip, it said your trip is getting ready to end, or you're at the end of what you purchased, or do you need to extend it further, and it'll let you extend it, or you just let it go and it cuts you off. It doesn't cut you off because your plan at home takes over. But
right.
But it was good, and it was flawless. It was easy to do, and it worked.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing. So we have gone to places. There's other ways to do it. You can land and you can get a SIM card in the airport and stuff like that. And that's all good. I cannot say that Olafly is cheaper than doing that, but it's definitely not more expensive than doing that in most cases. All right. But it's dependable, and it has worked for us in 5 or 6 different countries so far. Okay, that's Hola Fly, HOLA Fly, Hola Fly. If you're pronouncing it in English, but we're gonna pronounce it in Spanish.
I said Hola Fly.
All right, communication plan.
You want to establish a check-in schedule with your family, because they need to know you are safe, and you need to know what's going on with them and make sure that they are safe and okay.
Have a plan, y'all.
Have a plan.
Right? These are the kinds of things that we don't want to talk about, right? These are the kinds of things that remind us of, like, when parents want to talk about, their will or their estate planning and all. And I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to think about you dying. Well, people die and empires fall. And the empire, y'all, is falling. And we, who have no power over the falling of the empire, don't want to fall with it. We don't want you to fall with it. All right? So we've got to have these uncomfortable conversations and talk about, like, where is the meetup point? How are we going to contact each other? Because most families are all around the country, right? United States is huge geographically. Where are we going to meet? When is the time? When we say it's time to go? You might even have to come up with codes to make sure that who is calling is who you think should be calling. All right. So schedule this. What is the check-in plan? Are you all meeting in the same place? Are you meeting at different places based upon the residencies and things like that that you have obtained? But what is the check-in plan? To make sure that everyone in your group is safe.
Yeah. Another thing that's important, offline maps. Download maps of your destination city before you leave the house. Don't assume connectivity, especially if you are relying on a US-based plan.
Right? And so if your plan right now is like, well, I got the Verizon, I got the AT&T international plan. Well, if the melon felon decides, or his minions decide, or whoever takes his place after he goes off to wherever he gonna go, decides that they want to shut that shit down with Verizon, with AT&T, with T-Mobile, who else? All of them folks. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. So if you're relying on a US-based plan, you really, really, really need to make sure that you have a plan on how you are going to connect up with your loved ones when the fit hits the sham, because the fit is hitting the sham, y'all. It's hitting the sham. If you didn't watch what we had to say Thursday, go back and watch that and then come back here. If you're watching right now live, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. We got some more for you. All right. Number 5, initial destination and location knowledge. Where are you going? Where are you going? As you all know, Rick and I live in Lisbon, Portugal. We love living in Lisbon. Do you love living? I love living in Lisbon. Like, I have to say, we have actually traveled to quite a few countries at this point, and a lot more since we retired early and retired here, right? And of all of the places that we've been to, there still is no place that I'd rather live than Lisbon, Portugal. I have to say, there's something about the Portuguese people. There's something about Portugal. Even with the rain, y'all, it's been raining. Even with that, there is no place that I'd rather live than Lisbon, Portugal. So I feel very, very blessed. However, we do have permanent residency in Mexico. And I love me some Mexico. Not more than Portugal, but I love me some Mexico, right? So have a plan. Don't just fly anywhere.
No.
Right? Where are you going? Where are you going? And have you made arrangements in advance? Yeah. Rick and I have 2 other places besides the United States that we can land legally and not have to worry about anything as far as whether they are going to kick us out. That is of today. That is of today. All right. Temporary accommodations. Here's the thing, folks. Even though we have permanent residency in Mexico, we don't own no places in Mexico.
No. Not at this point.
Not yet, right? We do not own a house, a condo, or anything else in Mexico. We just have the legal right to live in Mexico indefinitely. But maybe what you want to do is bookmark some hotels in your destination cities some Airbnbs, or some neighborhoods, right? So that when you're looking, you're not just looking everywhere. You've already done your homework, right? You've already done your homework. If your Airbnbs that you bookmarked, if your hotels that you bookmarked for some reason don't have accommodations, at least you know the neighborhoods that you want to search in.
Yeah.
Right?
Make it easier on yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, you're going somewhere, you're not under pressure or anything like that as much, but you're going somewhere, so you might as well kind of know the lay of the land of where you're going, where you want to be.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. And the thing about it is if you don't know those places, first of all, if you've never traveled outside of the United States and you're watching us right now, then what we need you to do is we need you to watch other folks like us, not just us, okay? There are other folks who are traveling that can tell you the places that would be softer landings today, okay? And so if you are not well traveled, you might want to go ahead and listen to these folks. Now, we've got plenty of videos on best places to move, best places to retire, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But those are dated. And so you want to keep listening to us. You want to listen to the Yarbros, Yarbros. They travel a lot. Look through their stuff.
Yeah.
You want to watch Stephanie Perry. You want to watch Adelia Aborshade of Piggy Girl Travels. You want to watch Rashida Dow. That's the Rashida Dow channel.
Lamar and Angela.
You want to watch Lamar and Angela. You want to watch Charlotte down in Panama. These are people who are going to tell you what is going on the ground in various places.
And there's a lot more.
There are a lot more.
We'd be sitting here for another 4 hours.
Exactly, telling. Those are the people who are in our crew. There's a lot of people outside of our crew and part who are kind of in our crew that we just are not thinking about right now because, it's Super Bowl Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. And we know you want to watch Bad Bunny and all of this. Oh, are you watching the TPS with Kid Rock?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? All right. Stop joking. All right. You also want to know your local emergency numbers. All right. Know the equivalent of the 911.
Because guess what? It's not 911.
Here it's 211, right?
Nope.
What is it?
It's 112.
112. 112. And you want to know the location of the nearest embassy. Keep in mind that embassies are usually in the capital of the country. So if you are not in the capital of the country, chances are there is not an American embassy there. There might be a consulate, a satellite office of the embassy, depending upon the country. Okay, so just know that. And I don't know that knowing the embassy for America is really going to help you in this situation, but it could.
It's worthwhile.
It could.
Having the
just know the stuff, yes. Right? Know the stuff. It could, because we do have government workers who are more committed to the Constitution of the United States than the melon felon, who I don't think the melon felon understands that there is a constitution and that there are laws that he has to follow. He doesn't act like he does. Anyway, know the entry rules, all right? And then double check every destination's requirements, right? Because if your destination requires an e-visa, that might be some paperwork that you just need to fill out online. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you will get an answer within 60 seconds saying that, fine, you're approved, all right? Or if you can just get a tourist visa upon arrival. Now, there was a time when Americans could get a tourist visa upon arrival in nearly every country. And when I say nearly, it's nearly for the countries that Americans would think about. Like, we ain't talking about going to Iraq. That's not what we're doing. We ain't trying to get to Iran. Not to say that there's anything wrong with Iraqis or Iranians, but they are going through what they're going through partially because of the things that the United States has done in the past. We are talking about the countries that people would think about going to visit and or live in. Okay, and so for most of those countries, you can get a tourist visa upon arrival, or you may have to do an e-visa. However, double check and keep that on your checklist and check monthly, because
Yes, you have to check it monthly.
geopolitical things make changes and rules. They be changing, y'all.
Yeah, and they don't call you or send you an email and say, "Hey, guess what? We made a change."
Exactly.
So you got to know.
You got to know. You
can't
got to know.
You just can't get on. Well, most of the time you get on the airplane, they probably, if there's a rule that you just can't show up, they probably won't let you in the
Yeah,
airplane.
when we came back from, all right, y'all, we're going to take questions before we let you guys go, because we understand that y'all are cooking all of the nachos. And oh my God, there's a lot of comments. And all of this stuff for Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to go all the way down to the bottom. And it's a lot. I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. Okay, there we go. And we will try to get to all of the questions, and then we are going to let you go. All right. So if you've got a question, look, right now, Allison Rowe is the last question I got. If you got a question or a comment that you want us to put a Q in front of it, and we will very, very quickly answer these questions.
Answer Allison and just go up the list.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking. So help me. So y'all, we gave you the 5 steps and all of the interim steps. Y'all.
As I will always say, no panic. It's up to you. It's up to you to do what you want to do and how you want to do it. But we're just trying to offer some insight.
Right, because we told you on Thursday all of the steps that show we are getting closer to authoritarianism. It was a very bleak commentary, right? And some of you might have left saying, well, damn, what do we do? Well, besides the fact, first of all, we ain't getting out in them streets. That's what we're not doing, all right? But besides the fact that you should be calling your state reps and your state reps and your federal senators, not your state senators, your federal senators, your 2 senators, right? And letting them know, keep that shit shut down until they capitulate to not give ICE any more money, right? Let them know that you got their back. And anybody who is running, who is talking about making excuses for ICE. I told y'all on Thursday that Destiny's, you know the group Destiny's Child, right? You remember them? Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child is older. That group is older than ICE. Pinky and the Brain, the cartoon Pinky and the Brain, is older than ICE. Okay, this is not some legacy organization that we have to save. This is something that came up after 9/11 because all of the white folks got afraid. Why do they hate us? Maybe because you've been fucking people over all over the planet. Hello? Oh, but you ain't teaching that part in school. That's why they hate us. Anyway, ICE is no older than 9/11. Okay? It came after 9/11 and they used it. Hey, Dennis. They used it to antagonize and harass our brown brothers and sisters who look like they could come from a place like Afghanistan or Pakistan, right? I don't know that they even know the difference between a Pakistani and an Indian, these people. They really don't, okay? But anybody who looks like they come from the quote unquote Middle East, was on the chopping block back in the day. Some of you guys may not remember. I remember it well. I remember how they were being targeted, how the mosques were being targeted. You remember that stuff? Oh, we didn't say anything because we were still like, oh my God, 5,000 Americans on American soil and blah, 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 right? And yes, that was tragic, but that does not mean they were basically doing the same motherfucking shit that they did to the Japanese during World War II, that they did to the Italians during World War II. They've been doing that to us all along. But the history books don't tell us about that, right? But we did learn about what they did to the Japanese. You might not have learned that they did the same thing to the Italians. It's the same shit. It is the same shit. That's what they were doing to anyone who looked like they could be part of Osama bin Laden's crew. And that's some bullshit, right? That is called targeting, racial profiling, which we have dealt with all of our lives. They are doing the same thing today with Black and brown people. It's just not about 9/11. Now they are calling us not terrorists, but domestic terrorists. Anybody who does not agree with the melon felon, anyone anyone who is calling folks out, right? They are labeling us. And I will not be quiet. I don't care. I do not care. There is no way on God's green earth that I am going to allow for my Father's work to go unchallenged, as far as them trying to erase the work that he and so many Black folks did to get us to this point where we actually have a voice and we can get haughty and we can get a little bougie with it, right? And say, we ain't going to no fields. We ain't picking no cotton. We done been there. And we decide that this is not what we want, right? Right? This is why I will not be quiet, and I'll take the heat, because somebody's got to take it, because I care about the babies who are being held in prison camps that our Congress is investing in through their trading. Yeah. Who our Congress is profiting off of, while they are holding babies in prison camps with no medication, with no education, and with very little food. I refuse to bow down. I refuse to shut up. I refuse to capitulate. I refuse. So, come what may. All right. We will be in Portugal in March. Hey, Kathy. We're looking at Airbnbs to look at. Advice, please. All right, sweetheart. You need to send us an email. All right. And if you want to meet with us, we will meet with you if we're in town. Okay. So send us an email, go to our Facebook page and look under about, and you can get our email address. Send us an email. And if we're in town, we'll meet with you. Also, there is a video that we did. It's called Airbnb Do's and Don'ts. In there, we talk about the neighborhoods, and we also have a link to a map that shows the overlay of the metro. So whatever place you choose, it can be close to the metro, so you don't have to take Ubers or Bolts. That's what we use here, Bolt. We also have Uber, but Bolt. You don't have to take Bolts everywhere. You can take public transportation, which is very good, very clean, very safe, very affordable. All right. All of that information is in that video.
I mean,
what are you looking for?
Or YouTube?
YouTube.
You said Facebook.
Did I say Facebook? Fuck Facebook. No, YouTube. YouTube video, not Facebook video, YouTube video. Okay. All of that stuff is under the YouTube video, Airbnb do's and don'ts. It's about 2 years old, but the neighborhoods, now the prices no longer apply, y'all. All right. But the neighborhoods and the map still apply. Right? Okay. Okay. So first. Hey, Dennis.
Thank you. As
Thank
always.
you. As always. He is so dependable. We appreciate you, Dennis, and our community appreciates you. Y'all, every single penny, every single donation, be it buy me a coffee that's in the description below, or the super chat, super thanks money goes to our scholarship fund for Beyond the Bling. That is our financial freedom program for late bloomers like ourselves.
I got to be a late bloomer.
We're late bloomers. We're late bloomers when it comes to the money thing. We're late bloomers because we didn't get our financial act together, y'all, until we got to retirement age. That's the truth.
So thank you, Dennis.
That's the truth. That's what we want you to know. So no shame. No shame. We were keeping up with the Joneses. We were living large. We had like a Jaguar and all the shit. We had all the shit. We had all the shit. We have a pot to piss in. All right. Even if Trump, love the fact that he calls him Trump. Even if Trump was able to stop the elections in 2026, and Dennis is saying, which I doubt, it should be doubtful because there are over 3,000 counties in the United States of America. And every single county runs their own elections according to state law and, of course, federal law. And so, logically, there should not be any question whether we have a free and fair election in 2026. That was the whole point, not to have one person in charge of everything. But this motherfucker keeps talking about, not Dennis, the melon felon, keeps talking about federalizing the elections. He's been hinting about this shit since he had Zelensky in the White House a year ago when I was telling you guys, y'all, did you hear what he said? This was like last February. We were like, oh my God, fire alarm. And people are like, oh, you just fear mongering. We're FBAs, blah, blah. Okay. So Dennis doubts that there will not be elections in 2026. And I hope he's right, because y'all. The rethugs, that's the Republicans, would lose the House because of the 25 plus departures. Actually, it's 30 plus if you include the Senate. The seats would remain empty until a valid election is held. Okay, so if we don't have an election, that's interesting. If we do not have an election in 2026 because he claims martial law or some other bullshit, will the 30 Republicans who said that they are retiring, will they actually retire? Or will they say, oh, wait a minute. We still gonna get paid. I'm good. You good? I'm good. We'll stay here until the next election. I don't know, y'all. What you think?
I don't know. He don't give a shit. So.
That's the truth.
He'll come up and make some other rule up.
Right? That is the truth. So let's hope for a 2026 election. Let's do everything within our power to make sure, which means that we are calling and texting and faxing our local representatives and our senators, as well as our local people, our Secretary of State and our AG of the state, because the Secretary of State of your state is in charge of the elections, okay? And the Attorney General of your state is in charge of legally making sure that everything is correct and can sue the federal government, all right? So you want to make sure that they are on point, and you want to make sure that if we have an election that you vote the right way for those things as well. Vote the whole ballot, y'all, okay? Vote the whole ballot. We do not have time for bullshit. We don't have time for, oh, I didn't have time to research and blah, 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 blah. And I heard that this person, because they are reptile, and they was, they great granddaddy was related to him. So they basically the same thing. No bullshit. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. We know good and damn well that if the corporate Democrat, Kamala Harris, were in office, we would not be having this conversation. And we also know that we could push her to be better. We could push her to be more like Mamdani. We know that. Why? Because she's human. I don't know if the people in office right now are human. I just don't know. I don't know. All right. Lumiere says they don't even need pickers. They are already making fake fruit. That part. Maybe they'll just grow it in labs. And y'all Americans, because here in Portugal, we still got seeds in our fruit. We still got seeds in our fruit. Grape, everything, watermelon, everything got seeds. So I don't know, y'all in America with that fake ass produce, yeah, maybe they can just grow it in labs and not worry about having any immigrants or Black folks up in them fields. I don't know. My money is in about 4 banks and a couple of E-Trades and stash accounts. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, because you never want to have all of your money in one place. Even for just regular cybersecurity reasons, you do not want to have all of your money in one place, all right? I want to know how to move money out of the US. We did a video on that, Tashika. We did a video on that 2 Thursdays ago, and we explained verbatim how to move money out of the US, how not to have all of your wealth tied up in dollars. That's exactly what we were talking about 2 Thursdays ago. Okay. The video is called, or the thumbnail says, this is system risk, right? System risk. And it shows a dollar going like this with our faces. All right. That's the video that shows you how to move money outside of the United States. Everything legal. We're paying our taxes. We're doing all the things. We're not, bringing attention to ourselves, because we know if anyone, we could owe $1 in taxes and they would arrest us before they arrest the people that have been raping those little girls. We know that. Okay. So we got to follow the rules. We got to be legal. That's what we're doing. Right. That's what we're doing. Don't forget to add having your degrees apostilled. That's right. In case, right. So for any degrees, especially those that need certification and stuff like that, for the countries that will accept your degree, yes, have those apostilled as well. Good point. Good point. I'm not born here. Should I still get my birth certificate apostilled?
I would.
Hi, Varish. I can't tell what your name is. Richard? I'm sorry. I would have, if your birth certificate, I would have your birth certificate certified in the country of your birth. I would not have, let's just say, a British birth certificate or an Indian birth certificate and try to have that apostilled in the United States. I don't think that would work, because an apostille basically says that this is a government document, and the Secretary of State, or the AG, I think it's the Secretary of State, is saying, I verify that this is an official government document. Okay, that's what an apostille is.
Right.
So I would have it certified by whatever agency in your birth country does those things.
I mean, you can check and see if you can have it, but I don't think it would be if it's not from the United States.
Yeah. You might be able to get it notarized. Maybe. Just go ahead and get it from your home state. Get it from your home country.
If they do that.
Most countries will have some kind of certification, some kind of to say this is an official birth certificate, right? Do that because it's not going to work trying to get some other government certificate, license or something certified outside of that country. That doesn't, yeah, that doesn't make logical sense. So triple check what I'm saying, but logically it doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking that you need to get that in your home country. All right. An apostille is a certificate. Okay, so Greta, one of the OGs, and of course, one of our admins of Our Black Utopia says an apostille is a certificate that authenticates the legitimacy of a public document. See, that's why you can't get a birth certificate from another country apostilled in America, because it's not an American public document for use in another country. Okay, so it's for use in another country, ensuring that it is recognized internationally, but it's got to be an American document. America cannot apostille a document from another country because how would they know if it is a real document, right? So that's what that is. Should I change my name back to my maiden name? Teresa, you should get a passport. Passport eliminates all of that, okay? I kept my daddy's name because my daddy did not have any boys. And so when I married Rick, he was cool with it. My mama wasn't cool with it. But I kept my daddy's name. So I don't have that issue. But I did change my first name. Okay. And so my birth certificate does not match my passport. Get a passport. And that erases all of that because you have to turn in your birth certificate to get a passport. Okay. So that's how you do that. That's how you do that. All right. I watch enough Jason Bourne to know to have a go bag. I'm just saying, you think this is a joke, but I'm trying to tell you, there is a reason why he's trying to get rid of the arts. There's a reason why he's trying to censor and put his thumbprint on the arts, because literature, movies, music not only document where a society is in a particular point in time, but it also teaches us a lot. A lot. All right. I saw the Terminator. I know how this AI shit ends. I know how it ends. And now they're talking about the father of AI is a black man. Wasn't the father of something net, whatever it was, in the Terminator a black man? Oh my God. Oh my God. Right. So is a notarized copy of the passport valid? Yes. Yes. I would get it apostilled if you can, but we turned in a notarized copy of our passport to VFS, which is the agency that kind of administrates residency visas for a lot of countries. Okay. A notarized copy at that point was okay. I heard today they need an apostilled copy if that's the route you're going to go. So you renew your passport overseas by going to the consulate or the embassy. I just applied to renew my passport online, sweating, hoping all goes smoothly because this is, look, Rhonda, I understand. We're going to pray that everything goes smoothly for you. And I want you to picture you receiving your passport in a timely manner, okay? See it, believe it, all right? Don't think negatively, think positively, all right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to put that positive energy out into the universe. That's what we're going to do. I have an appointment to get a second passport next week. Expedited. Then I'm expecting I'm expediting my original one. Yeah. So you can get an emergency passport, y'all. Like let's just say you are trying to get residency, and like for Portugal, some of the embassies or consulates will keep your passport. You can get an emergency passport. So if you don't have your passport in your hands, if you can afford to expedite it, do that and do it now. Okay. Look, y'all, we are not joking. You do not want to get caught out there. I was so nervous and physically upset when my only biological son did not have his passport. Now, both of our sons, well, I don't know about Sean, but the two sons that are in communication with us, they all have passports, right? See, he's looking. See, that's not
Well,
good.
Christopher has.
Okay, all right. So our two sons that are in communication with us have their passports, so that's good. Y'all, I was nerved up. I was nerved up because the bottom line is if you don't have your passport, we can't help you get out. It doesn't matter. You've got to have your passport. So that's got to be, and that was why that was the first thing, that was the first step that we said, because without a passport, all bets are off. All bets are off. Airbnbs in Stubal and Lisbon are fine. Stubal is about 45 minutes on public transportation from Lisbon city center. It's cute. It's got water. So, I don't know what to tell you because, so they're fine. They're fine. Here is hard reality. You may have to move forward and leave some family behind.
And that would answer the next question that's coming up.
If you know you have to move forward, go. Everyone cannot be. She says doesn't want to be. I say cannot be saved, y'all.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them that don't want to be saved. So maybe
if there is a chance for them to be saved, they will not be saved if you remain with them. Nope. They can be saved better if you're gone, and then you can pull them.
Maybe it takes the one to lead the others.
Right? I'm just saying. Right? And so you said the next one, what to do when family is moving slowly? They want to leave but are taking their time. Baby, Teresa.
They can take their time.
Let them take their time. You do what you need to do. Like, look. When we're in the airplane, what do they say? When the masks drop down,
put your mask on first before you help somebody else.
You cannot help someone if you're in the middle of it too. Okay? Spouses. If you have a spouse who does not want to leave, book a call with us. If it's a female, I will talk to them. If it's a male who doesn't want to leave, he will talk to them. Okay? We ain't got time for the bullshit. Yeah, but y'all. This is 1939. What happened in 1940 to 41? We know what happened. Y'all, come on, wake up. Wake up. The federal government is now going after DEI in the private industry. Nike is now under attack to get rid of DEI programs. That is backfiring. The courts just ruled that DEI, getting rid of DEI or saying that it is illegal is illegal. The courts ruled. Getting rid of DEI is illegal. That doesn't mean shit to Trump.
No, it doesn't.
The melon felon gonna do what the melon felon gonna do.
It's words on a paper.
Words on a paper. Exactly. The law, the courts, the Constitution has absolutely nothing to do with what the melon felon will do. He has ignored 70 to 80 to 90 to over 100 or so court orders. Okay? He put out a video that showed Obamas as monkeys. We know what time it is. Let's not act as if we have not seen this movie before. We've seen it. Let's get busy. Let's get serious. Let's share this video with other people. All right? So that YouTube knows that this is information that needs to be shared with other folks. What is the likelihood of preventing persons from leaving the airport? We locked down egresses during 9/11. That's right, y'all. That's why we're talking about a go bag. That's what we're talking about. These are the steps so you can get out in 72 hours. Because yes, they will start preventing people from leaving. Who is going to pick the fruit? There's got to be some slave labor in the United States. That's how capitalism works, y'all. Federal government has purchased buildings in Hagerstown, I guess, Maryland for ICE. That's right. They're preparing for the 2026 midterms. They are already said ICE will be present. They keep denying that, yet they're stockpiling. They are stockpiling ammunitions and armor in the blue cities. For what? For what? For what? We will be in Portugal in March. Okay. Okay, so we read that one. Let's let that go. Thank you, Wendy, for the super sticker. As we said, every single penny of our donations goes to our scholarship fund for Beyond the Bling. That's our financial freedom program for late bloomers. Rick doesn't like to call himself a late bloomer, but he is, as far as finances go. All right. We were late on the FIRE train. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. That's what FIRE stands for. So we want to thank Valerina. We want to thank Wendy. Thank you. We want to thank Mona Wilson. We appreciate you. Ask Angie is a member, and I'm trying to get out of here to eat real food again. Y'all, she ain't lying. She is not lying. I have to say, I am heavier than I've ever been. I think I'm heavier than I've ever been. Too much good food. But my blood work is still fine. One is lack of stress. Two, I don't have to put on a armor to leave the house to put up with a bunch of overt racism. All right. It just does not exist here in Lisbon, Portugal. I know, Teddy, it does not exist. All right. I just don't feel it, y'all. I just don't feel it. When I go out, people who ring up my groceries and stuff, they look like me. People in the pharmacy, they look like me. I just don't see it. Okay. I know it's here because I know those who don't have the wealth that we have, they feel it. Okay. So some of that is classism and some of that is racism. Racism is global. I understand that, but it's not lethally global. Okay. Lethal racism is not necessarily global. You don't have to worry about losing your life. I don't care if they roll their eyes. We're not dead. Hello? Do they cross the street when they see you coming? Do the women who are walking alone cross the street? No. Do they grab their purses when you're at the the coof or whatever in the elevators? And there's women. Do they grab do they hold their purses like this, like they do in America? No. You see what I'm saying? I never paid attention to them. But you would. Pay attention to me. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? It's a freedom, y'all. It is a freedom. So we thank you, Angie. And she did it twice. We thank you. Thank you guys. I have diversified my assets. That's what I'm talking about. All right. We talked about diversifying your assets. We talked about the de-dollarization and getting not all of your assets out of dollar equities, but a portion of your assets out of dollar equities. We talked about that last Thursday. Check out that video. We talked about investing in companies that are in BRICS nations, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and all of their partners and other members, right? We talked about that. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. We get together behind the scenes 1 hour before we go live. All right.
Welcome.
We did that tonight. And if you are a legend, you are invited onto the show every other Thursday. Come on the show, chat with us.
Hey, Josette.
Josette. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Every single penny goes to Beyond the Bling. If you need a scholarship, we do not need to hear a sob story, y'all. Okay. If you are a utopian, we know you have integrity. And we know that if you ask for it, that you honestly need it and that you cannot afford to pay for it. All right. We're just going to accept that. Right. So send us an email. The information is on our YouTube page. Look under About. You can get our email address, put scholarship or scholarship needed in the subject line, and we will send out our new batch of scholarships this week, as a matter of fact. All right. This week. And with that, y'all, it is Super Bowl Sunday, and we're going to let y'all go. We are going to let y'all go. So you're saying that we aren't there yet? No, we're not. We are not at the go point yet, if that's what you were talking about. But we are at the point where you need to take everything that we said seriously and commit to activating a plan. Seriously.
I mean, your go time is your go time. You know.
What is your red line?
What is your red line? That's what it is.
What is the thing that is going to happen that you say, once this thing happens, it's time to go? You need to decide that, and you need to let your family know that when this thing happens, I'm out. Are you with me? Are you staying? Okay? Go through the plan, go through the steps, create your own plan. And with that, we will see you on Thursday. Go enjoy Bad Bunny, y'all. Bye. I can't wait to see Bad Bunny. I can't wait. I don't even